person understands, even if just through inference, the true nature of creation and their relationship to it, they realize they are blinded by darkness, or Maya. This darkness makes them forget their true self and causes suffering. Naturally, they want to be freed from the suffering. This liberation from the darkness becomes the main goal of their life. When a person rises above the created world, from the perspective of Maya, and frees themselves completely from its influence, they become liberated. They rediscover their true self, which is the eternal spirit. Once this liberation is achieved, a person is saved from their troubles, and all their heart's desires are fulfilled, thus achieving the ultimate goal of life. However, as long as a person identifies with their material body and does not find peace in their true self, their desires remain unfulfilled. To satisfy these desires, they will continue to reincarnate, appearing repeatedly in physical form, under the influence of Maya, the darkness, and experiencing the sufferings of life and death. Ignorance is the misconception or false belief in the existence of things that aren't real. Through ignorance, a person believes that the material world is the only reality, forgetting it is merely a play of ideas on the eternal spirit, which is the only true reality. This ignorance not only causes suffering, but is the root of all of their troubles. To understand how ignorance causes suffering, it is important to remember, as explained in the previous chapter, that ignorance is just a part of the darkness. It has two main effects. First, it darkens a person's perception, preventing them from seeing beyond the material world. This leads to egoism, where they identify with their material body, which is just a development of universal forces. Secondly, it creates a tendency to either attract or repel certain things, forming attachments to pleasurable things and aversions to painful ones. These 5 troubles, ignorance, egoism, attachment, aversion, and tenacity to the material world, push a person into ego-driven actions, which causes suffering. For a person, the end of suffering is their immediate goal, and the complete removal of all suffering is the ultimate goal. Every person naturally desires existence, consciousness, and bliss. These are the true needs of the human heart and are part of their inner nature, not something external. When a person is fortunate enough to receive guidance from a divine teacher or set guru and follows their teachings, they learn to direct their focus inward. This satisfies the desires of their heart, bringing contentment, the real bliss. With a content heart, a person can focus their mind on anything and understand it fully. This understanding gradually opens the full consciousness of all aspects of nature, from its first manifestation as the holy sound, Aum, to their real self. As they become absorbed in this holy sound, they reconnect with their divine origin, the eternal Father from whom they had fallen. Now aware of their true position in the nature of creation and its darkness Maya, the person gains absolute power over it. They gradually remove all traces of ignorance and rise above the control of the darkness. They see themselves as an indestructible and ever-existing being, and the true consciousness and the true existence of self is revealed. With the heart's desires for existence, consciousness, and bliss fulfilled, ignorance, the root of all evil, weakens, and the troubles of the material world, the sources of suffering, disappear forever. Thus, the ultimate goal of the heart is achieved. In this state, with all desires fulfilled and the ultimate goal reached, the heart becomes pure. It no longer reflects spiritual light, but directly receives it. The person, now consecrated by the Holy Spirit, becomes the anointed one and enters the kingdom of spiritual light, becoming Christ, the Son of God. In this state, they understand themselves as a fragment of the universal Holy Spirit and let go of the false idea of being separate. They unify themselves with the Holy Spirit, becoming one with God. This unification with God is the ultimate goal of all created beings.